This book reveals the profound mental principles behind success, showing how your mindset can create your reality. Whether you work in the arts, business, science, sports, or politics, you'll discover how your mind connects to a source of limitless power. You'll learn that you have the ability to become anything you desire and achieve any goal you can envision. Our consciousness is in constant flux, caught between past experiences and future possibilities. It often reacts to external circumstances rather than acting from a place of completeness. This ongoing search for self-awareness is essential as our consciousness learns about itself through interactions with the world around us. If someone believes they are unsuccessful, it's often because they've adopted that belief, trapping themselves in a self-imposed prison. The key to breaking free lies in imagination. By training yourself to visualize what you want, you can reshape your reality. When you focus on your vision, it becomes your experience, rather than being swayed by external stimuli. Our consciousness always takes shape based on what we know about ourselves, and as we transcend the limits of sensory experience, we start to embody our true potential. There is one universal mind, and it exists within everyone, unbound by our physical bodies. This central consciousness is where everything exists and is connected. However, when we let our senses dictate our understanding, we limit ourselves. By developing an inner ability to perceive beyond these senses, we can escape this bondage and begin to act with intention. True action and meaningful achievements come from an inner conviction about the mental forces behind all things. When we change our inner state, we can alter our external circumstances. Everything we experience comes from our own consciousness. By transforming that, we change our perception of the world around us. Understanding the power of mental imagery is crucial. This book provides a guide to harnessing your mind's image power, enabling you to visualize situations so vividly that they feel real and tangible. Have you ever had dreams so immersive that you believed they were part of your physical reality? If you've experienced the impact of mental imagery on your attitude and outlook, you'll realize that training this ability can free you from nature's limitations, including pain, illness, and frustration. The law of attraction reveals how those who master their inner vision rise above the distractions of the outside world and take control of their lives. In Shakespeare's Hamlet, the famous line "to be or not to be" encapsulates the fundamental challenge of existence. Many people merely exist, responding to life instead of truly living. They act like programmed machines, responding to external pressures without realizing their potential for freedom. True freedom arises when our consciousness rises above the pain and pleasure dictated by nature. Our existence is about evolving beyond our current state, not through chance, but through a quest for greater awareness. To be or to become. These are the guiding principles of a life that aspires to greater heights. An awakened soul seeks growth and understanding. To do less is to remain trapped in the limitations of the ego, experiencing pain, suffering, and decay. Those who react to their environment become victims of circumstance, swayed by the ups and downs of life. They may live many years in this reactive state, but eventually the weight of pain can lead them to realize that their ego is merely a product of external influences. Only then can they choose to transform their reality. When someone becomes completely lethargic or turns away from the principles of attraction, they lose touch with their true self, which has the power to create everything. By seeking inner awareness and self-mastery, a person embarks on a journey to truly live and unlock their real potential. This leads them to discover the wonders of their consciousness and the magic of their own mind. True mastery over life doesn't come from controlling material things, but from understanding their true nature. A wise person doesn't try to force the world to conform to their desires. Instead, they aim for a higher state of awareness that allows them to grasp the underlying causes of everything. In doing so, they find their place in the world through harmony with it, appearing to shape events effortlessly, even in challenging times. This alignment with the mental forces that govern the universe guides their actions. This mental force, which you can imagine in any way you choose, is crucial to understand. It exists and operates in a way that relates to each of us. One might visualize it as an enormous electromagnetic field, where all living beings are smaller fields within it. The position of each individual field in relation to the larger one is governed by immutable laws, just as many people experience similar outcomes in their lives, often repeating cycles of frustration, defeat, or scarcity. These recurring patterns often lead to frustration and mental distress, but they can be changed. The key to transformation lies in our ability to alter the quality of our individual electromagnetic fields. As we change internally, we are naturally repositioned within the larger field, according to our new state of consciousness. While this analogy may not capture the full picture, scientific research has shown that humans indeed emit electromagnetic fields, and the Earth itself produces one. This evidence strongly supports the idea that we are on the brink of proving the invisible forces that shape human aspirations, forces traditionally explored by philosophers and spiritual leaders. Research into the paranormal capabilities of the human mind is underway in many universities, and it's only a matter of time before we have definitive proof of the mind's power over matter. Ultimately, we exist in a mental world, where the physical realm serves merely as an extension of our inner realities. This perspective invites us to consider that everything we perceive is not a fixed truth, but rather an imperfect manifestation of the ideas we hold in our minds. Our reliance on sensory experiences can often obscure the deeper truths of our existence, steering scientific inquiry and personal understanding away from the core of our reality. At the heart of this exploration lies the miracle of consciousness itself, the profound experience of being aware. This awareness is universal. While each individual encounters the world through a unique set of sensory experiences, the underlying consciousness remains the same for all. Rather than being a product of our experiences, consciousness serves as the very source from which our experiences arise. It is a unified essence that permeates all creation, expressing itself in myriad forms, yet remaining fundamentally unchanged. This awareness represents the foundational energy from which all things emerge. It is the essence that binds us, the invisible thread connecting every being and aspect of existence. Nature, in all its complexity, shares this inherent power. As thinkers like Ralph Waldo Emerson have pointed out, beneath the apparent chaos of life lies the cohesive workings of a singular mind. To navigate life with peace and confidence, one must embrace this profound spiritual truth. When individuals connect with the roots of their being, they begin to realize that the world around them is a reflection of their own thoughts, and that their inner states deeply influence their outer experiences. In the grand narrative of life, humanity emerges as the central character. We have evolved to a point where we can appreciate our uniqueness and the sense of separateness that defines our experiences. When we look in the mirror, we see more than just our physical form. We see the deeper essence that resides within. We care about our appearances, our well-being, and our relationships with the world and others. Yet we often fail to fully comprehend what we truly are. We identify with the transient self shaped by our experiences and knowledge, labeling this construct as I. In doing so, we risk mistaking this facade for our true identity. Beneath this superficial layer lies a deeper self that, although often hidden or misunderstood, guides us through the complexities of life in accordance with our true nature and aspirations. As we navigate our roles, we tend to wear masks, presenting ourselves in ways that align with societal expectations or personal desires. However, what we truly are remains unchanging, whole, powerful, serene, limitless, and eternal. This essence is drawn from the infinite source of life itself. When we align ourselves with this deeper self, we unlock a transformative power that can lead to remarkable changes in our lives. The journey of self-realization is not just essential. It is a vital process that allows us to embrace our inherent divine nature. Neglecting this journey can result in stagnation and suffering as we become disconnected from the very source of our existence. Embracing our true selves means acknowledging that we are not just passive observers of our lives, but active participants in the creation of our realities. The implications of this understanding are profound. By recognizing that our consciousness shapes our experiences, we empower ourselves to shift our perceptions and attitudes. When we cultivate a deeper awareness, we become capable of transforming challenges into opportunities and chaos into clarity. This shift in perspective allows us to engage with the world more authentically and meaningfully, fostering connections that reflect our true essence rather than the masks we often wear. In this light, the quest for self-discovery becomes a sacred journey, a path toward understanding the unity that underlies our existence. By embracing this deeper truth, we not only enrich our own lives, but also contribute to a more compassionate and harmonious world. Ultimately, we find that when we tap into our true nature, we align with the universal consciousness that binds us all, allowing us to transcend the limitations of our conditioned selves and engage with life in its fullest, most vibrant form. As long as we react solely to external stimuli, we find ourselves caught in a relentless cycle, becoming victims of our circumstances, tossed around by the unpredictable whims of life. In this state, our inner peace often hangs precariously, swayed by forces we do not fully comprehend or control, leaving us feeling like marionettes in a chaotic world. Acknowledging our helplessness can lead to deep sadness, yet this realization serves as the crucial first step toward true freedom. True liberation begins with an understanding of our limitations. It is only by fully experiencing and acknowledging these constraints that we can aspire to break free from them. Our fears, desires, and beliefs are frequently shaped by societal norms and external circumstances, which can distort their significance, making them feel insurmountable. The path to freedom lies in confronting these challenges head-on, exposing their true nature and rejecting the ego's deceptive sense of superiority. Engaging with the spiritual aspects of life does not require one to be a mystic or philosopher. Instead, it invites each of us to consider our existence with depth and sincerity. Whether you identify with Christianity, Hinduism, Islam, Buddhism, or another spiritual path, it becomes your responsibility to reflect critically on fundamental questions of life, death, and purpose. Embracing the spiritual, while steering clear of rigid dogmas, allows us to cultivate a deeper understanding of our place in the universe, and more importantly, within ourselves. By exploring the essence of our minds and recognizing the fluidity of existence, we come to see that growth and potential are indeed limitless. Anything can be achieved if we first visualize it in our minds. Within each of us lies the profound power to transcend limitations, to evolve into the person we aspire to be. The images we hold in our minds have a remarkable ability to manifest in the real world. They are the blueprints of our reality. Each thought, every mental picture we nurture, shapes our experiences and determines the quality of our lives. Wishing for change is insufficient. It is the visions we cultivate that have the potential to truly transform our existence. It is both astounding and disheartening to witness the phenomenon of individuals consistently creating the very circumstances they claim to despise. Many lament their financial struggles, yet they continue to dwell on scarcity rather than abundance. They voice complaints about their health, all the while perpetuating negative thoughts that contribute to their ailments. When they feel unloved, it often mirrors a lack of love they extend to others. So many are ensnared in patterns of timidity and passivity, trapped by negative thought cycles that distort their reality. The content of our mental images is critical. The law of attraction asserts that whatever we focus on, whether it be poverty, sickness, fear, or failure, will materialize just as certainly as thoughts of wealth, health, courage, or success. This universal principle underscores that all experiences, both uplifting and challenging, arise from the mental constructs we hold. Consider the tightrope walker, whose remarkable feat of balancing on a slender wire high above the ground captivates us not merely because of his physical skill, but due to his audacity to attempt such a venture. His success is rooted in the mental picture he nurtured long before he ever stepped onto the wire. That vision of himself as agile and poised sustained him through his early trials, allowing him to perform with confidence, seemingly defying gravity itself. This principle can be applied to all areas of life. Our achievements, relationships, and overall sense of fulfillment are deeply influenced by the images we cultivate in our minds. To realize our fullest potential, we must deliberately shape these images, choosing to focus on positivity, resilience, and love. We can train ourselves to envision success and well-being, ultimately drawing those very experiences into our lives. In this journey, it's essential to understand that our thoughts are not mere fleeting whims. They are powerful creators of our reality. By consciously selecting the images we allow to take root in our minds, we become the architects of our own destiny. Embracing this responsibility enables us to break free from the shackles of external influences, leading us toward a life characterized by authenticity, joy, and true fulfillment. In doing so, we transform our existence from one of mere survival into a vibrant expression of who we are meant to be. The power of imagination is profound, yet its origins remain shrouded in mystery. A renowned surgeon once observed that despite meticulously examining countless brains, he had never encountered a thought or an image in the physical sense. This observation underscores a significant truth. Imagination transcends mere neurological function. It dwells in the very essence of our being. It is a manifestation of consciousness that allows us to engage with the world around us and to explore the depths of our own selves. To think is to declare one's existence, and through this act of thinking, we cultivate the ability to conjure mental images that shape our reality. At the core of life lie two fundamental elements, the knower and the known. These elements may appear distinct as we navigate our experiences through sensory perception, often categorizing and labeling the world based on observable attributes. When we encounter an object, a tree, a person, a moment, we recognize it through its characteristics, and this recognition molds our understanding of the world. Our perceptions are deeply influenced by the interplay between our internal state and external stimuli, creating a complex tapestry of experience. When an object elicits a strong emotional response, be it fear, joy, love, or anger, it can profoundly impact our mental state. In these moments, it becomes clear that our feelings are not solely products of our inner thoughts. They are shaped by external forces that stir something deep within us. This dynamic is particularly evident in the animal and plant kingdoms, where existence often appears to be reactive. Organisms respond to their environment, evolving and adapting to overcome challenges, navigating a landscape governed by instinct and survival. Yet this perspective can lead to a somewhat disempowering view of life, suggesting that the forces that shape our existence lie outside our control. Nature seems to guide us along a predetermined path, with both animals and plants adhering to a cycle of life and death that remains incomprehensible to them. We come into this world, and ultimately, we leave it, with many of our experiences dictated by the circumstances we encounter along the way. In this light, it can feel as though we are at the mercy of a greater design, constrained by the limits of our immediate reality. However, imagination offers a pathway to transcend these limitations. It empowers us to choose our thoughts and draw inspiration from a wellspring within ourselves, a reservoir of creativity and potential that resides in each of us. Rather than merely reacting to the external world, we can cultivate an inner landscape that reflects our aspirations and desires. This shift in perspective allows us to understand that the images we hold in our minds do not have to be dictated by our surroundings. Instead, they can be shaped by our intrinsic motivations and visions for the future. The quality of our consciousness becomes a mirror of our true desires, liberating us from the self-imposed shackles of doubt and fear. When we focus on our goals and align our thoughts with our inner vision, we begin to recognize obstacles not as insurmountable barriers, but as temporary challenges that do not define our essence. The fundamental truth here is that only what we cultivate within our minds can manifest in our reality. A person whose consciousness is guided by their intentions becomes resilient, viewing setbacks not as failures, but as integral parts of the journey toward growth and self-discovery. Such individuals learn to nurture the visions that resonate with their authentic selves, allowing those aspirations to take root and flourish. In this way, imagination is not merely a whimsical faculty. It is a vital force that can transform our experience of life, empowering us to shape our destinies with purpose and clarity. Understanding and trusting our inner self, often referred to as the secret self, is a pivotal step in harnessing the power of our imagination and effectively engaging with the law of attraction. This secret self is not just a concept, but a profound aspect of our being that creates our reality and allows us to transcend the shadows of doubt and fear, guiding us toward a life illuminated by purpose and clarity. When we delve into the essence of this secret self, we begin to break free from the constraints imposed by our circumstances, unlocking a reservoir of power that promises both fulfillment and peace. At its core, the secret self is distinct from our ego or our specific life experiences. It represents pure consciousness, a fundamental essence that possesses an extraordinary strength, far greater than any individual or collective entity. This essence forms the foundation of our existence and the universe itself, embodying the potential for creation and transformation. The secret self exists beyond the confines of time and space, transcending the material world we often become preoccupied with. It is timeless, eternal, and omnipresent, reminding us that within each of us lies a self that has neither been born nor will ever die. This self is the driving force behind all manifestations of life, guiding the unfolding of the universe in alignment with its hidden purpose and untapped potential. The nature of our secret self is inherently dynamic and creative, encompassing all dimensions of existence and reflecting the full spectrum of possibilities. The diversity of life we witness is merely a fraction of the vast potential that resides within this essence. Recognizing that this secret self is accessible to everyone is vital. It does not belong to a privileged few. Rather, it is a universal aspect of being. As we learn to detach from the distractions of our material surroundings and the often limiting beliefs of our ego, we become more attuned to this inner presence. In doing so, we align ourselves with a deeper reality that empowers us to plant the seeds of our own potential. To fully harness the gifts of our secret self, we must consciously engage our imagination, allowing ourselves to envision a life that reflects our true desires and aspirations. This alignment facilitates a merging with our secret self, enabling us to tap into its perfection and boundless creativity. However, the journey toward this understanding can be daunting, particularly in a materialistic society that often prioritizes scientific advancements over spiritual exploration. We find ourselves so immersed in the physical world and its mechanics that we neglect to question the origins and ultimate purposes of our existence. While modern science offers invaluable insights into the workings of the universe, it frequently promotes the idea that humans must conform to established natural laws. Yet an alternative perspective suggests that nature itself is malleable and influenced by a greater mind, our secret self. This shift in understanding can empower us to transcend the limitations often imposed by natural laws, liberating ourselves from the material confines that bind us. Ultimately, our thoughts are the architects of our reality. Life is a continuous journey toward unity with this universal self, which expresses itself in myriad forms to showcase its infinite nature. By expanding our consciousness and aligning our intentions with this foundational essence, we can unlock a deep-seated wish for unity and harmony that resides within all existence. We do not need to attain sainthood to access the powers of our secret self. A genuine understanding of its laws suffices. The limitations you face often originate from within, manifesting as self-doubt, fear, or negative thinking patterns that can hold you back from realizing your full potential. While many individuals may seek external validation or solutions, the true power to change your circumstances lies in your ability to reshape your inner dialogue and the images you hold in your mind. This transformative process can lead to profound healing and personal growth, but it requires genuine commitment and a willingness to confront and overcome internal barriers. For instance, consider a person who is grappling with chronic pain. They might attempt to utilize techniques like visualization or the law of attraction, envisioning themselves in a state of wellness. However, if their predominant focus remains on their discomfort, they inadvertently reinforce their suffering. The challenge lies in cultivating a mental picture that truly reflects health and happiness, a picture that is vivid and compelling enough to inspire change. By shifting focus away from pain and towards a healthier self, individuals can begin to dismantle the mental constraints that have been holding them captive. This principle isn't just an occasional strategy. It is a consistent and powerful truth about the nature of our minds. The thoughts and images that dominate your consciousness inevitably shape your reality. Every moment you are alive and thinking, You are surrounded by the reflections of those mental images. The incredible capability of your mind to manifest these images means that what you choose to focus on can have a significant impact on your life's trajectory. Hypnosis serves as a fascinating example of this principle in action. In a state of deep relaxation, individuals can experience remarkable relief from pain or anxiety simply through the power of suggestion. A person who is immersed in discomfort might find that by embracing the suggestion that they are pain-free, they can indeed experience relief. Similarly, someone who dreads social situations can be guided to find enjoyment in them. This highlights the profound impact that mental imagery and belief can have on physical and emotional states. Yet while hypnosis can be a powerful tool for transformation, it often requires surrendering control to another individual. This is where the potential downside lies. When you allow someone else to dictate your mental landscape, you may inadvertently become a passive participant in your life, rather than the active driver of your experiences. True empowerment comes from within. Overcoming challenges and shaping your reality is a vital aspect of personal growth. Relying solely on external guidance can hinder this development, making it essential to reclaim that power for yourself. Fortunately, you don't need to rely on a hypnotist or any external force to access this transformative potential. The ability to manage your thoughts, beliefs, and mental imagery rests solely with you. If you permit external circumstances to dictate your mindset, you relinquish the control that is rightfully yours. Instead, by consciously choosing to focus on thoughts and images that resonate with your true desires, you can begin to attract the outcomes you seek. The promise of this inner power is profound. You possess the ability to fundamentally alter the course of your life by simply changing the way you visualize your future. By aligning your mental imagery with your aspirations, whether that be health, happiness, or success, you invite these realities into your life. Ultimately, what you manifest is a reflection of what you consciously accept and believe. Embracing this principle allows you to cultivate a life that is not merely a reaction to external circumstances, but a vibrant expression of your innermost desires and aspirations. In this journey of self-discovery and transformation, remember that the most significant changes often begin within. By nurturing a mindset that is both positive and proactive, you can break free from the limitations that have held you back and step boldly into the life you envision for yourself. Embrace the power of your mind, for it is the canvas upon which your reality is painted. The images you choose to hold will not only shape your experiences, but will also guide you toward a fulfilling and empowered existence. Many agree with the notion that our thoughts and perceptions are often shaped by deeper subconscious influences, which can feel daunting and out of our control. Traditional psychotherapy frequently aims to excavate and heal these hidden layers of painful memories. But this journey can stretch on for years, often yielding minimal visible change. This approach, while valuable, sometimes creates a narrative where individuals may feel justified in their inability to master their own thoughts and emotions. They may experience a fleeting sense of relief during therapy, yet they often find themselves returning to a world brimming with negative influences, primarily because they have not learned the crucial skill of mental regulation. The reality is that while external circumstances, like the movement of celestial bodies or unpredictable weather patterns, remain immutable, we hold the extraordinary ability to choose our thoughts. This is where true empowerment lies. By harnessing the power of our minds, we can actively cultivate positivity and construct the lives we desire. Embracing the belief that our thoughts can align with a personal vision or an unspoken goal can be transformative. Standing firm in this conviction allows us to navigate life's challenges with resilience, ensuring that we are not easily swayed by external pressures. When we shine with our authentic selves, we begin to notice that our true essence reflects back to us in the world. Consider the story of Dry Hole Casey, a man whose journey exemplifies the profound interplay between hope, perseverance, and the subconscious mind. For 35 years, Casey toiled as an oil well driller, traversing the vast landscapes of the United States in search of black gold. Despite his tireless efforts, 44 wildcat wells drilled across states like Texas, Oklahoma, and California, he never struck oil. With each failure, the whispers of doubt grew louder, culminating in a reputation that labeled him a likable yet unlucky man. Eventually, the industry turned its back on him, and he found himself taking a job in a Colorado mine, resigned to a life devoid of hope, yet surrounded by his cherished drilling rigs. On weekends, while others found leisure in relaxation, Casey would meticulously care for his rigs, treating them as cherished relics of his dreams. This ritual of maintenance became a sanctuary for him, a bridge between his past aspirations and his present reality. One late spring day, amidst the shimmering snow-capped mountains and the vibrant flow of rivers, Casey took a walk in the woods, his mind adrift in reflection. As he gazed over a valley embraced by steep granite walls, an area rich in minerals like lead, zinc, silver, and tungsten, a vision suddenly crystallized in his mind. He envisioned a faulted anticline, an optimal oil trap, with oil seeping just beneath the surface. This vision was not just a fleeting thought. It was a vivid revelation, so compelling that it stirred something deep within him. For the first time in years, Casey felt a spark of hope rekindle. He left the mountainside with a conviction that a major oil field lay hidden in the valley, igniting a sense of purpose he had thought long extinguished. This story illustrates that even when faced with adversity and failure, the power of vision and belief can redefine our path. In a world that often feels overwhelming, we must remember that our thoughts hold remarkable potential. While we may not be able to control every aspect of our lives, we can choose how we respond to our circumstances. Cultivating a mindset rooted in positivity, hope, and vision can transform our experiences and ultimately guide us toward our own version of success. Like Casey, we can learn to embrace our dreams and harness the unseen forces within us, allowing them to illuminate our journey, no matter how challenging the terrain may be. By taking ownership of our thoughts and actions, we pave the way for a future filled with possibility, aligning our lives with our deepest aspirations. The next day, Casey made a life-altering decision to quit his mining job, utilizing his savings to secure oil lease options on land he believed had the most potential. This leap into the unknown brought with it an enormous challenge, raising the capital necessary to fund his leasing agreements and drill the initial well. The specter of his past failures loomed large. He was well aware that the odds were stacked against him, yet a flicker of hope, his unwavering vision, propelled him forward. With determination as his only companion, he boarded a bus to an eastern city, seeking investors who might share in his dream. After a grueling week filled with rejections and disappointments, Casey found himself sitting on a park bench, surrounded by the simple beauty of nature. Next to him was an elderly man feeding squirrels, an image that seemed to symbolize the innocence and unpredictability of life. As they observed the squirrel's playful antics, laughter erupted, breaking the tension that had been building within Casey. They began sharing stories, and in that moment, a connection formed, one that transcended age and experience. The elderly man, with a twinkle in his eye, seemed to embody wisdom and an understanding of the human spirit. As they enjoyed lunch together, Casey felt an inexplicable urge to share his vision, along with the financial struggles that accompanied it. The man listened intently, asking probing questions that revealed a genuine interest in Casey's aspirations. "How much do you need?" he eventually inquired, his tone serious yet supportive. $50,000, Casey replied, the weight of his dreams hanging heavily in the air. "I'll provide it," the man said, the words tumbling out with an unexpected clarity. "We'll be equal partners." It was a moment that felt almost surreal. A chance encounter on a park bench had led to the pivotal funding he so desperately needed. As fate would have it, the well they drilled together uncovered a rich oil field. The elderly man recognized something in Casey that many others had overlooked: the power of inner vision. Instead of fixating on Casey's track record of failures, he chose to focus on the potential of the vision that drove their partnership. This moment marked a turning point, not just for Casey, but for the very essence of what it means to believe in oneself. What had changed for Casey? What sparked this clear vision that transformed him from a history of setbacks into a beacon of success? His previous ventures had also emerged from visions, yet they were mired in negativity and doubt. Deep down, he likely grappled with an awareness of the daunting challenges inherent in oil exploration. The realization that many plots of land might yield nothing weighed heavily on him. In earlier attempts, fear distorted his perceptions, leading him to abandon promising sites prematurely. On one occasion, he halted drilling a mere 27 feet above a rich oil formation. On another, he neglected to conduct a crucial test that could have uncovered millions of barrels. Despite these missteps, he pressed on, driven by a vision that was simultaneously clear and clouded by anxiety. In stark contrast, the clarity he experienced during the discovery of the oil basin was illuminating. This time, he had no doubts about the presence of oil beneath the surface. His actions mirrored this newfound belief, and with it came success. The question that lingers is, how did Casey shift from a mindset steeped in negativity to one bursting with possibility after years of struggle? This journey requires a deep exploration of his psyche, but it is evident that fear played a pivotal role. Fear can warp our understanding of reality. It often compels us to envision failure rather than success. For Casey, the turning point came at rock bottom, rejected by an industry he once loved, stripped of hope. In that vulnerable moment, when he felt he had nothing left to lose, his true self emerged, unencumbered by the weight of fear. His vision became a powerful catalyst for change, ultimately guiding him toward success. Jonathan Swift once remarked that many people have died rather than compromise on trivial matters, illustrating the human mind's stubborn resistance to change. Despite an inherent understanding that life is fluid and ever-evolving, countless individuals cling to the belief that reality is fixed and that the mind merely observes it. They may speak of mindset's importance, quoting phrases like, "A quitter never wins," or "Put your heart into it," yet often fail to grasp the deeper implications of mental imagery. Every accomplishment begins with a clear vision. It's nearly impossible to reach for something without first picturing it in your mind. The effort expended in attempts to escape a predetermined fate could construct towers to the sun. However, no amount of physical toil can overcome a flawed mental image. Conversely, those who possess a positive mental vision can navigate challenges with surprising ease. Many struggle not because they lack capability, but because they are ensnared by negative mental imagery, envisioning outcomes they detest rather than the successes they desire. Casey's story serves as a reminder of the transformative power of vision, a beacon of hope that guides us through uncertainty and despair. When we dare to shift our mindset and embrace possibility, we open ourselves to the rich tapestry of opportunities that life has to offer. In recognizing the profound influence of our thoughts, we can craft a reality that aligns with our deepest aspirations, unlocking the potential that resides within us all. Spinoza's assertion highlights a fundamental truth about human potential. Our beliefs shape our reality. When we hold on to the notion that we cannot achieve something, we effectively trap ourselves within a self-imposed limitation. This barrier exists not in the external world, but within our minds, manifested through the mental images we create. Whether these images are infused with hope or tinged with doubt, they dictate the trajectory of our lives. The challenge, therefore, is not merely to create positive visions, but to cultivate the discipline to sustain them, resisting the relentless tide of negative thoughts that can seep in from our subconscious. The subconscious mind wields immense power over our actions and reactions. Often it operates beneath our conscious awareness, influencing us in ways we do not fully comprehend. For example, consider an athlete preparing for a crucial competition. If that athlete is besieged by thoughts of past failures or doubts about their capabilities, these mental barriers can manifest as physical performance issues, creating a self-fulfilling prophecy of defeat. Conversely, if they maintain a clear and vivid image of success, seeing themselves crossing the finish line or achieving a personal best, they invite the possibility of unexpected outcomes. This unwavering focus on a positive mental vision not only bolsters confidence but also aligns one's actions with the desired result, making it increasingly likely to manifest in reality. The essence of creativity resides not in the superficial aspects of our ego, but in the depths of our consciousness. This inner wellspring of creativity is connected to a universal creative force, one that responds directly to the images we cultivate in our minds. When we learn to harness this connection, we tap into an expansive reservoir of potential that transcends conventional limitations. Understanding that our creative power stems from this deeper consciousness allows us to break free from the constraints of our surface identities and societal expectations. To truly harness this creative essence, we must delve beneath the surface of our daily experiences and align ourselves with our inner life force. This alignment grants us access to a profound source of strength and understanding, enabling us to manifest our visions with clarity and intention. Importantly, we need not have a comprehensive understanding of the mechanics of the universe. Our faith in the creative power within us is enough. By embracing life as a mental adventure rather than merely a physical journey, we open ourselves to the principles of the law of attraction and the remarkable abilities inherent in all of us. As we navigate our lives, we can choose to view challenges as opportunities for growth and transformation. Each setback can become a stepping stone toward greater understanding, and every moment can serve as an invitation to refine our mental images and align our actions with our deepest aspirations. By committing to this mental practice, we not only enhance our own lives, but also contribute to a collective awakening of potential, inspiring those around us to realize their own power. In essence, The journey of mastering our mental images is not just a personal endeavor. It is a shared quest for a richer, more meaningful existence where we all have the capacity to create and shape our realities.